Hey guys, how you all doing? And ting and ting and ting. And I always wondered, well, not always, but after paying so much attention to Romania, I wondered what are food prices like in Romania, especially in comparison with where I am. I work in a grocery store, so this would be interesting for me to see what it is. So we're going to watch one here called Supermarket Prices in Romania. Let's see what the differences are and thing. Quite interesting for me, and I hope so for you. And I'll put in my 2 cents and thing as we go along. Let's YouTube and simmer and check this out.
Today we are going on an adventure. We are going to check out prices of supermarkets in Bucharest, Romania. It is said that Bucharest is one of the most affordable cities to live in Europe, the most affordable capitals in Europe, and we are gonna test this today. But first, coffee. So the breakfast is done. Now we are gonna go into one of the largest supermarkets here in Bucharest.
Okay.
Let's go. So first order of business, we have detergents. As you can see, detergents are quite cheap. You have also automatic detergents and manual detergents, different kinds of washing materials. So as you can see, a great range of things. Prices are quite low. In order for you to be able to compare the prices with your own country, I'm gonna put here how much €1 means in lei, in Romanian lei. And so you can transform all of these prices in your local currency, which probably is euro. Also now we are gonna see what are the prices for cosmetics. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at deodorants. As you can see, 7 lei, 10 lei, 9 lei, 9.85. So on average deodorant costs just about 10.
Now, people say things are cheap or expensive, but it's also in relation to where you live in a place. You know what I mean? Like certain places, like Bucharest, may be more expensive than other places, and there's other places more expensive than Bucharest. So now, if you have a job, you have when you move into a place, you have to figure out the relation between how much you could make and how much food and all of the necessities will cost and thing. Like, I'll use this as an example. Where I live here in West Virginia in America, uh, people get paid on average as an everyday worker, ordinary worker, like $11 an hour. Then people want to move to, let's say, Florida, which is a much more, I won't say affluent, but it's more expensive to live there. And they see people making $25 an hour there, and they thinking that if they go there, $25 an hour, they could live good. What they're not taking into consideration is rent is higher there, like way higher there. And food is possibly, might be a little bit more expensive there, in some cases not. But like I used to live in New York, so I know food in New York is expensive. However, in New York you could find like deals and bargains and stuff because there's a lot of competition. Here there's not that much competition and thing. But and I try to explain that to them. If you go to Florida making $25 an hour, you're going to be living like you're living in West Virginia, paycheck to paycheck, because rent is higher, utilities may be higher, and certain other things you have to get may increase the amount of expenses you have to dish out at the end of the month. So then you're probably going to be living less than there because there's so much more to spend on. in those places, you know. And a lot of people move out of here saying they're going to look for a better life, but they end up coming back because then they realize they're not prepared to go where they are. Like me moving back home to the Caribbean, they say, why don't you just move? Why don't you just move? And I'm like, I gotta save money and thing, you know. I gotta have a little nest egg set up so that when I go there, you know, if I was to find a job, have to find a job, and I do find a job, I have money there. If I don't find a job soon enough, I have money to live on until that happens. You don't just move into a place without any plan. If you don't plan, you're going to end up in the same position you are in, or worse than, like in West Virginia. If you're late on your rent, you could bargain with the landlord, depending on who it is. Most times you can, and say, hey, I'm running a little late. You know, in a bigger city, oh no, man, because it's a lot of co-op owned uh, rental properties and stuff. So they want their money like that, you know, not some little landlord. And in Huntington here, we call them slumlords because a lot of them don't really fix nothing. So, you know, they don't really pressure you too much and thing. But, you know, all of that's going to take. So while watching this and I'm watching the prices, I'm thinking, well, how much on average do people make there? You know, the lady's saying it's cheap, but how much on average do everyday people make? Let's keep going.
Lei, which means like 3 euros, maybe less. Also, we have here roll-on. Let's see also some shampoo. 10 lei, 40 lei, 20 lei. So it depends on the quantity and it depends on the ingredients, but this is the average price.
You know, I'm looking at all of this, right? And I'm not really recognizing any of the products. I wonder if it's the same companies that's here, but they have it in that country's language, or if it's like companies from over there, which more than likely is companies from over there, because a lot of the things that they have here, we have the same things in the Caribbean, I've noticed, but it's different manufacturers. Like a lot of our stuff came from like Europe and England and stuff like that. And when I came here, okay, let me draw an example for you guys. Well, let me think of something. Rubbing alcohol. We had Limacol and Alcolado. I don't know if those companies are still in existence, but that's what we had. When I came here, you can't find Limacol and Alcolado. You know what I mean? So different companies, different areas, I guess.
Ooh, mess face. Let's see. 11 lei from Garnier. I think this is quite nice. It's a sheet mask. It's not necessary in the monthly budget, but it's quite nice to use now and then a mask. Shower gel, Dove
Yep,
and Nivea,
I
quite
recognize
good
them.
average brands, consumer brands, but as you can see, everything in the cosmetics area are 10 lei, 20 lei, something like that. I like this brand, Petit Marseillais, because it has more natural ingredients. Let's move now into foods. I
Yeah.
guess this is the main preoccupation for everyone who wants to move in a new country. How much does the food
That's
cost?
a
So
massive
let's
store.
take a look. What is everybody buying? Coca-Cola? This is the price for Coca-Cola. I don't buy Coca-Cola, but a lot of you, I suppose, do. Let's see the price of a bottle of water, sparkling or still. Pasta. I guess pasta is something that everybody eats. Depending on the pasta, quite different prices. You have here this Banasa pasta, which is a Romanian brand, and it's only 4 lei for this gigantic piece of pasta. But if you move on to more spaghetti integrali like this, the price is going up. Maybe you recognize Barilla, which is only 4 lei, or this one here.
We sell those in our store too.
So depending on
Here.
the brand and depending on how healthy this is for you, you have different prices. Let's see how much.
And I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. Prices have skyrocketed, like skyrocketed. I used to go to the grocery store. $40 would get me a week's worth of groceries. Now $40 is getting me like 2, 3 days of grocery, $40 worth. And prices have skyrocketed. And a lot of the stuff, like I was watching they had some bread in the deli section. And it's like just 4 rolls of bread, $5.49 for 4 rolls of bread. I would still better to buy the flour, and I don't eat bread. I rarely eat bread, but home make the bread myself. It'd be cheaper. $5.49 for 4 small rolls of bread. You know what I mean? And then certain things, it's like, okay, they have stuff where they dip apple in caramel or candy. There's a thing of 3 of them, $6 for an apple dipped in chemicals, because that's all it is. And I'm like, what the blood clot is going on here? I mean, things have skyrocketed, and wages have remained stagnant. It's crazy. It is crazy.
Much coffee cost. This is instant coffee, Nescafe, Don Cafe, and also you have here for the machines. I have an espresso home, and I like to use all kind of capsules. Have Lavazza, Davidoff, also Dolce Gusto. Also I have espresso machine from Dolce Gusto, and I use that. Or actually, that one, 22 lei. And here you have coffee beans unroasted. If you have a more fancy espresso machine, honey, a Romanian brand, and it's only 12 lei. How much is a bottle of beer in Bucharest? If you buy it from supermarket, it's quite cheap. As you see, Tuborg, also a Romanian brand, 4.99 lei. Ursus, a Romanian brand. You also have these 2.50, a bottle of Carlsberg, almost 5 lei. If you prefer cans, you have here 15 lei for these cans. Let's see, Peroni, 23. So these are
I don't know none of these
more
brands.
fancy beers with different aromas and imported from different countries.
Wow.
Look here, there is Leffe, 8 lei per bottle, and it's not a very big bottle, but it's a very good beer. Here you have more flavor.
No, I'll be honest with you, man. Your bottles of beer and stuff are fancier than over here, man. Way fancier. I mean, the display is makes it tempting. And I don't even drink, really.
For beers with red berries or maybe different fruits, and it's only 4 lei.
No, when I was growing up on the island, the main beer was called Carib beer. That's it. I mean, we had Heineken. I didn't even know what a Red Stripe was, and that was a Jamaican beer. When I came to America, everybody's like, man, you drink Red Stripe? And I was like, what is Red Stripe? And they said, come on, man, you from the Caribbean, you don't know what Red Stripe is? And I have to tell them, well, which island is it from? And they said Jamaica. And I was like, no, I don't know what Red Stripe is. We have Carib beer where I'm from. You know what I mean? But y'all's beer section, the bottles and stuff is so fanciful looking compared to here. You know, it's just chuck it in a bottle, mass production. Here you go, here's some beer.
For this bottle. Let's see the prices for meat. Meat in Romania is quite cheap, but because it's not a very good quality, so this is why I prefer this aisle, which says bio, natural. I don't know if I can trust this to be bio, but because I know that the quality of the meat in Romania is quite poor, I just buy this. What do you think, guys? In your country, does the meat is a good quality? Do you trust it to buy it in the supermarkets?
No.
Or maybe not? Do you have a favorite butcher?
We ain't got no
here in Romania something like that.
We ain't got no butchers where I am. There is no butcher store where you could go buy meat, fresh meat. It's all grocery store meat. There used to be a place that about a few blocks from here, used to be called Mancio's, and you know they had a section that was just there's a butcher in there, but no, You go to the grocery store, I really, well, actually, I stopped buying chicken. I stopped buying meat, unless it says grass fed. And even then, I don't trust them because it's all marketed. Whatever they put on the thing to tell you what that is healthy and safe, it ain't. It's all marketed. That's why I want to get back to where I could raise my own chickens because I like eating chicken. That's about the only meat that I eat on a semi-regular basis. And grocery store stuff, man, I don't trust it at all. Period.
This is why we are forced to buy this meat here, and we try to eat as natural and bio as we can. So for this piece of chicken you will pay 22 lei, and it's more expensive because it's supposed to be bio. Also here you have some hamburgers which supposed to be bio as well. If you don't concern yourself with eating more natural, you can try these sausages, are quite cheap, 18 lei. You have this, 13 lei. Also this, which is pork, marinated pork, 6 lei. So the meat is quite cheap because, as I said, it can kill you. I don't know if you recognize this.
She just straight up
These
said
are the
it.
famous mici. This is a traditional dish in Romania, and all this meat is only 11 lei. It means meat. I try to shop vegetables from the bio department. This being the bio department, so you have bananas, avocado, bio, 7 lei, 13 lei, but not per kilo, but per piece. So you have these bio bananas, and you are gonna pay for this 7 lei. You have one piece, 2 pieces of avocado, and you are gonna pay for this 14 lei. Also tomato, cherry tomato, 7 lei.
I love avocados, but I don't know if it's a strain or of avocados here. They're really small. No, the avocados I was used to, and we don't call them avocados on the island. Some people do, but I grew up calling them pears because they like huge and they shape like a pear. You know what I mean? And for the longest while, I didn't know that's what it was. Like they kind of taste the same, but then it's a more earthy taste where I'm from because you get it out your backyard, or you get it from a farmer that comes from the countryside and sell it in the market square. Because we have an open door market square where you could go buy all natural vegetable, fruit. The meat is from like small little farmers. I'm not gonna say small little farmers. I'm talking about a guy that have like 10 cows, and he butchers one and he sells it, or 5 pigs and he butchers one and he sells it to the thing, you know what I mean? And he just comes into the market square with it. I can't wait to get back to just eating food that's naturally grown and stuff like that. And it's still like that. When I left the island, we only had like one supermarket. It was called, well, no, 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 no. I knew of two. One in the city was called By Right, and then there was one down in the area where we live, Grand Dance, and that one was called Food Fair. That's the only two I remember, and they were really small. Most of the places we shop at were little shops in the village, and they call them shops. They don't even call them a marketplace. They don't call them a grocery store. It's just a little shop where you can go in and they'd weigh a pound of flour for you, or weigh a pound of sugar, or even butter and lard and stuff like that. They'd weigh it for you and put it in these brown paper bags, brown paper that's grease proof or something like that, and so it wouldn't leak. That's how I remember it. And quite frankly, there still is these little neighborhood shops where you could go, hey, give me a pound of rice, give me a pound of flour. You know what I mean? I remember when a pound of sugar was 13 cents. 13 cents, Prices have skyrocketed over the years, man.
Let's move on to cheeses and butter, and this is my favorite part of the whole shopping area because I love, love, love cheese. This is the kind of cheese I like, and this is a little expensive. This is goat cheese with all sorts of aromas, and this is Parmigiano. Also, this is Parmigiano, and what more? What more do I like? I like this camembert. Not all camembert, but in general, I like camembert.
Now, the grocery store that I work in, there's a couple of them around here. There's one where I live. Well, not where I live. It's 12 blocks that way. Then there's another one, same company, about 10 blocks that way. And then there's another one that's up in the rich area. And you could tell the difference. Like she's talking about the expensive cheeses and stuff. You wouldn't find that at the one I work at because they call that the ghetto store. And then the one to this in this direction up here is right next to the college, so they call it the college store. I ain't gonna name the name of the company. Now, where you could find fancy stuff and some imported stuff and all of that, it's one that's in a place called Barbersville, which is closer to the mall, closer to going out into the outskirts of town, and that one is called the Gucci store because you could go in there. They have a Starbucks in there, and fancy coffee and stuff. This one where I work, they call it the ghetto one. There ain't no fancy stuff there. Most of the stuff they sell, their organic section is minute, and they're usually out of all the organic stuff because people are becoming more health conscious, so they're buying the organic stuff a little bit more. But to have an abundance of variety, you probably have to go all the way out towards the mall to find a more robust organic section. Or it seems like they call it the bio or bio, bio, like she's saying, section.
Cheese, this Danish blue, I like. This is only 7 lei. Ooh, gorgonzola. So we have this gorgonzola for Galvani. More gorgonzola. This is good if you stay in an Airbnb, and it's only 9 lei, and you can taste different kinds of cheeses. And this is good if you stay in an Airbnb and you don't want to cook. Let's see the butter. The butter is from President 14 lei, and the one that I like, this is my favorite. This is Irish
Yeah,
butter.
that's the one I have.
I like Ireland very, very
I've got
much.
it in my fridge right now.
Irish product. So this is my butter of choice.
Yeah,
12
I have that in my fridge right
Olive
now.
oil is a must with every meal, especially as I eat many salads. So this is the price. It's expensive, but not comparing to other countries. Also, you have here bio products, all kind of products, eggs. Eggs are 14 lei per 10 eggs, but these are organic eggs, free range eggs. You have here
About the eggs, I learned something too. The best kind of eggs to buy are the eggs that says pasture raised, because the free range don't really mean that the chickens have free range. Or there's another term that they use here called cage free, and you could tell the difference. And like for instance, when I buy the pasture raised, because that's expensive, it's like $8 for a dozen. And then there's the ones that are nothing like that. But if you boil them, the pasture raised one is orange in the middle, and the regular schmegular one is pale yellow in the middle. So you could tell the difference in thing. But and people always say, buy this is healthier, buy this is healthier. But when you're working from paycheck to paycheck, you can't. You gotta eat, you know what I mean? But I don't even, if I can't buy the expensive one, I just don't buy the eggs at all, I just supplement the nutrients and other things that I could actually afford. I think one day I'm gonna go in there and film and just to show you guys, what it's like, the different products and stuff that we have, especially the stuff that I buy and use. I might just do that. You know what I mean? Just a special little video for it because this stuff is interesting to me, especially since I want to do some traveling and stuff like that. And a lot of you would love to do some traveling or just to do comparisons, just for simple knowledge as to how it is, where it is. Because the more we know how we live, the more we're going to realize that we're not that different. There goes that again.
Cheese. And some yogurt. This is vegan. Orange juice. It's not really fresh squeezed, but it's from the actual fruit. And you have here orange, red orange, and kiwi, all different sorts of milk. If you like to drink it in your coffee, or maybe another way, maybe you cook with milk, but on average good quality milk is around 6 lei per this package, including soy milk or coconut and almond milk. You
Okay.
have everything here.
Got everything we have.
Maybe if you like to make smoothies, this will be very handy to you. So one box of this soy or coconut or almond milk, it's around 10 lei.
Yeah.
So this was our day at the Carrefour supermarket. I hope you got to make a pretty good idea about the prices here in Bucharest in supermarkets. It's quite difficult to film in supermarkets because you are not supposedly allowed to do that. So you kind of have to do it without anybody seeing you. So maybe the footage is not the best, but I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe for more adventures here in Romania as well as in Portugal, because now we are heading back to Portugal to explore more of this.
Oh, that was quite interesting. Comment down below what is the salary, the mean salary, or the across the board salary of people there, and then I'll have an idea of how expensive it is to live there. You know what I mean? What kind of job would you want to have? I mean, I just want to know. You know what I mean? But this was quite interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed this with me. And like I said, comment down below, tell me, because I mean, this is Bucharest. So, and I know a lot of you watch my videos from different parts of Romania. So tell me what the prices are like where you live, because I know there's some differences depending on what area you live in. And this is a metropolitan area, so things are maybe more expensive there. You understand what I mean? And if you live in a rural area where a lot of it you do yourself, how expensive is it to do it yourself and thing? You understand what I'm gonna say? Comment down below. I'm gonna leave a link to this video in the description. Go check out the channel. Like she said, they're going back to Portugal and stuff. So, if you're interested in finding out about Portugal, hey, let's find out about Portugal so we know about each other, all right? Y'all take care of each other, all right? Cool, right?